Hey, shalom, shalom. Whistleblowers in the last days are part of the end time prophecies. Whistleblowers in the last days are part of the end time prophecies. And one of the key chapters in the Holy Scriptures that was given unto the nation of Israel, which is the word of the Most High through His Son Yahushai, is in Job, the 18th chapter. All right, so we're going to go right into it. So without further ado, I got to speak a little low too, because there's someone in the building, so I got to speak a little low. All right, so with that, I would like to say, Kal Halal, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahushai Bahashim, Rakwak Wadash, Fawada, Yahweh for giving us Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who have the 100% spirit of Yahweh Shemashai in them. Double honors to the CT bishops, elders of GMS, our big brothers. And greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world who are prophesying in the true name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, which is none other than the power of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and anybody who are descendants from those people on their father's side. Shalom to those who are scattered abroad. I'm Yahuwah, Lord willing, serving the King of the universe, King Yahushua from the power of Yahweh. And once again, the title is Job, the 18th chapter. Whistleblowers in the last days are part of end time prophecies. It's part of the end time prophecies. All right, so I'm going to try to go as, it's kind of in depth because Job 18 kind of links up. There's some precepts I noticed in Isaiah the 14th chapter. So we might have to read both of those. But overall, one of the things, like I said, I like about Job the 18th chapter, and in Job the 18th chapter, it's kind of replica to Job the 20th chapter. Those are one of my two favorite chapters, talking about the wicked, the end of the how the wicked is going to be destroyed in the latter days, which is by which is those prophecies, those prophetic books in Job. And but one thing I know, and one of my favorite verses in Job 18, and what I get from it is whistleblower. In Job 18:7, Slakia, forgive me, Slak. In Job 18:7, it goes into that. All right, but Job 18, just like Job 20th and Isaiah 14, they deal with the end of the wicked, which is none other than the international bankers. Job 90:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Right, this whole planet Earth is given on to the wicked by total domination. Right, and they want to complete their domination, which they already have it, by implantable radio frequency device, okay, which is called passive technology, that they, with the World Economic Forum, by what's his name, something Swabs, came out and said that they want to put the CBDC implantable in you, man. So it's already out there, right? The news is already out. Like Apostle R said, he did a show, even Joe Rogan knows about the MOTB, okay? You got the dude from Redacted, he came out and said that the RFID chip, he said the microchip, he said it's in a little book called the Bible. Clayton Morris on Redacted. So it's out there, man. But anyway, let's get right into these scriptures. First, what I want to do, I want to go into the term whistleblower. And before I even go into that, there are a few, well, actually, I will show you, right? There's a few off the top of my head. I just want to show some whistleblowers that I know. And then, Shalakia, man. Shalakia. That was up early. And then, I want to look up the term whistleblower. And you're going to see that Job 18:7 goes in that, but we're going to read the whole thing. So let's look at the definition of whistleblower. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. And we got the definition here of whistleblower. Okay, so let's go right into this. So whistleblower is A person who informs on a person or organization engaged in illicit activity. All right. Illicit, I believe, means illegal. Let's look that up. Illicit is forbidden by law. Okay, rules or custom. So that's right. So again, whistleblower basically means a person who informs on a person or organization engaged in illicit or illegal activity. So in this case, you have a person which are, your a lot of people who are established to work for former news anchors, former people in the government, former record producers, former economists, former whoever. They report on the organizations they used to work for, or they're a part of it. In this case, America. You got a lot of people out there, which are called like truthers, so to speak, or people out there who basically expose the wickedness of America, and that's part of the last days prophecies. And these people are sellouts. Some are controlled opposition, and some just had enough and walked away. Some survived and got assassinated or killed, or some they just leave alone, and they're allowed to speak for whatever reason. Because they do want a lot of people on the red list too. So that's why they're allowed to live, whether they know it or not. Red list, I mean, like the more it's better for the elites. It's a win-win for them because they want to depopulate it anyway. So, the more people know, you're just going to go right to the concentration camps, So, Illuminati and Big Brother and all this kind of stuff is a household name. But it works to their advantage because the more people know about them, the more they get to put on the red list. They want to take you out. All right, they want you to know about them now so they can take you out. Anyway, so let's keep going, right? Whistleblower. It says a whistleblower is a person, right? A person, often an employee, who reveals information about activity within a private public organization that is deemed illegal, immoral, illicit, unsafe, or fraudulent. Whistleblowers can use a variety of external channels to communicate information, through podcasts, through books, things of that nature. All right. What does being a whistleblower mean? Let's look that up. Matter of fact, I saw government too. I saw this. Let's click on that. Oh, who is a whistleblower? Whistleblower is any individual who provides the right information to the right people. Stated differently, lawful whistleblowing occurs when an individual provides information that they reasonably believe in evidence of wrongdoing to an authorized recipient. All right. Let's go back. So, there's no better well, we'll say this. Besides the men of the Lord, we're not whistleblowers because we're not part of this organization called America or Babylon the Great. That don't include us. We're the prophets of the Father that are truly exposing the wickedness of this society. But with the help of whistleblowers, they do some of our handiwork. A lot of information we get are from whistleblowers who expose the government and their wickedness, man. And their elites. Matter of fact, let me name a few off the top of my head. Let's type it in. You got this guy called Jero Salente. I remember when I first got into camp, apostles, they brought him up in 08. So these are the people I used to look into to find out the wickedness of the government. So let's look it up. Jero Salente. He's a Jake, I think, too, but still, he was a, let's see what he is, right? Jero Salente, born 46, 1920, an American trend forecaster, publisher of the Trends Journal, business consultant, and other way who makes, let's see what else. Basically, he's an economist. Jero Salente is an American trend forecaster, publisher of the Trends Journal, business consultant, author who makes predictions about the global financial markets and other events. So he knows about the ins and outs of the FRN, the dollar system, the economy, gold and silver and things of that nature. So he's an economist, forecaster, right? He deals with the markets, all right? So Jero Salente is a whistleblower, so to speak. He used to work for the establishment cult, which is America. But now his time is, he's blacklisted. He spent most of his time on YouTube, still probably get deleted, exposing the corrupt government, the corrupt market that is being persuaded and controlled by the elite banking families. He goes into the international bankers. He goes into the globalists, the Zionists, whatever have you, and we know him as the nation of Edom, all right, which is ultimately the wicked, the descendants of Esau, our wicked brother, which are the sons of the wicked, all right, the man of sin. They go around legislating laws, making unrighteous decrees, like it said in Isaiah 10, going against the Most High's laws, man, and destroying the world. But anyway, so this man does that. All right, so Jerusalente, if you don't know him, he's a great source of that. Oh, here we go. Let me see. They got some other ones. Oh, fuck these dummies. I'm gonna go off top of here. Oh, Elon Musk. He's like my #1 favorite. Not Elon Musk. My bad. Not that demon who jerks off the robots. I'm talking about. Damn. Hold up, it's gonna come. Eustace Mullins. There we go. Eustace Mullins. Matter of fact, Eustace Mullins. I guess it picked it up wrong. Let me type it in Slack. Hold up. Eustace Mullins. Eustace Mullins. Okay, Eustace Mullins. Yeah. He wrote the book Secrets of the Federal Reserve. Let's get an image of him. And this man, he's, I believe is a Jake too, but he passes as the Edomite. But he's another, they killed his ass, but he was another guy who wrote a lot of books like the Apostles referenced. All right, it was actually elder of my big brothers, the C.T. Bishop's beloved master historian through the spirit of the Bishop Tazadagba, who gave me like all me and my brother DVDs when we first got in. And man, that was a blessing. And he was a part of that. He was like two of those DVDs that he gave us. And Eustace Mullins wrote the book, as you can see, The World Order, right? And another one called Secrets of the Federal Reserve. All right, matter of fact, brother Nas just got that book. Here goes another one. The Federal Reserve Conspiracy. Okay. These are all books that Eustace Mullins wrote. He was a pupil of, what's his name? Oh, Ezra Pound, which I believe he was a Jake too. He won the Nobel Peace Prize, I think. He was a renowned poet, writer, and he was a pupil of Ezra Pound. And apostles have said it too. Look at him. You look like a Jake. We believe he's a Jake too. Probably one of those, he probably, a Jake. There go Eustace Mullins. Those are his books. A lot of stuff I know today is from him. Like one quote I always remember. He said, if you see somebody on primetime news, whether it be CNN or MSNBC or Fox News, whatever their point of view is, whether it be favorable or non-favorable, whether it seem right or wrong, they were told to be put on there, right? And they're hired guns. So like, you can never what you believe see what you know in news. Even though if it seems favorable, they're told to put on there. So there's nobody on TV by accident, and that kind of helps, extinguish a lot of things when you look at the news. All right, so that's one, and you got. Let me see. I got another one, another name. These are all like whistleblowers, right? Who expose the wickedness of the government. Let me type in Richard Wolff. He's another dude. That apostle. I remember Apostle I brought him up back in the day. Okay, there you go. Richard Wolff. He's another. Let's look him up. All right, let's see what he is. He's an old dude. These are his books. Understanding Marxism. Yeah, basically try and change the old ideas into new ideas, which is destroying the family unit and new philosophy under Satan, really. All right. Let me see. Okay, Richard David Wolff is an American Marxian economist known for his work on economic methodology and class analysis. He's a professor emeritus of economics. So he might be an Edomite, though. That dude. He believes in, I think, Marxism, but he's an economist. He favors, but mostly he exposes a lot of. He directly deals with the FRNs, and exposes a lot of things dealing with. As you see, capitalism hits the fan. Economics, the sickness system. Probably talking about medicines. Understanding socialism. All right. So these are a bunch of a few whistleblowers that used to be part of the system, used to support the system, and have changed their ways and exposed certain things. Oh, I got one more. John Todd. We all know John Todd, right? John Todd. We all know him. He single-handedly exposed the. He was a former Satanist. John Todd, also known as John Todd Collins, Lance Collins, was an American speaker and conspiracy theorist. He claimed to be a former occultist who was born into a witchcraft family before converting to Christianity. So he was an actual warlock, all right? But he gets, he got an epiphany, and then, he started exposing some things about about witchcraft and dealing with the record labels and the record industry, putting spirits and spells on songs to control the masses, man. I got one more. Here's a famous one, right? We all know this one. The book 13th Tribe, written by Arthur Kessler. That's a major whistleblower. Now, I forget when he lived. But, what's it put? Arthur Kessler. Arthur Kessler, right? No, that's not that. Let's type in the 13th tribe. And that'll be my last example. The 13th tribe. There we go. Arthur Kessler. That's right. All right. Here we go. The 13th tribe, the Khazar Empire and its heritage. The 13th tribe is a 1976 book by Arthur Kessler, in which the author advances the thesis that Ashkenazi Jews are not descended from the historical Israelites of antiquity, but from the Khazars and Turkic people. So I'll leave it at that. All right, meaning that he's being sarcastic to say that there's only 12 tribes. If there's a 13th tribe, that the people who call themselves the small hats, right, or rice cups on top of the head, those people, they would have to be the 13th tribe, but there is none, right? So even calling the 13th tribe, really, you're stating that there are 12. In other words, right? So, and he says that if they're the 13th tribe, these people derive 90% of them derive from the Khazar Empire, who is basically ruled by Kuglin Bullion, from going by my memory, who ruled in the 8th to 7th century. All right, and they converted their beliefs into Judaism. All right, which they took our nationality, our heritage, and converted. Right, and again, a lot of their people who call themselves, are really Turkish Edomites, man. All right, the Khazarian Empire, okay, who dwelt, I believe, around the Caucasus Mountains or Caucasus regions in Germany. Well, the Caucasus regions is pretty big. All goes all the way from Turkey, all the way to like East Russia. It's a big region. All right, so those are my examples of whistleblowers, okay, and that expose the lies of the current state of the world, man, Babylon, right? And that's part of end time prophecies. So we're about to read that right now in Job, the 18th chapter. All right. So we went over the whistleblower, the term whistleblower, and I gave you some examples. Those are examples that I just thought of. So there are plenty more that you Akim know, or whoever's watching knows what I'm talking about. Okay. And a true whistleblower basically gets assassinated or killed. They don't last too long, or they get blackballed. A lot of these people, like Clayton Morris, I believe is an insider, because he could say anything. He could go into Epstein, he can go into the pedophilia, he can say microchip, he still lasts. We all know I call him the WWF announcer. What's his name? Damn. When you think about something, anyway, they'll come back to me. A lot of these guys are controlled opposition. Okay. Damn, I can't. Anyway, so let's get right into it. So I'm just gonna try to go a little quick, right? So this is Job, the 18th chapter, right? But it really deals with the end of the wicked. So let's read. Let's let the scriptures talk. It says, then I'm going to start from verse 5. That's where the subject begins, right? So it says, yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. Again, the light of the wicked, that's the subject, all right? Yea, yes, which means yes, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. So light is an analogy, and like from the Most High, of what? Knowledge, all right? The ultimate knowing. We know that ultimate knowledge, and who is the light is Yahweh Shai, all right? He is the light of the Lord. I believe it says in St. John, the 1st chapter. All right, I'm going to get a bunch of precepts. St. John, I think the 1st chapter. Yeah, this is St. John. St. John 8, 1 and 8. It says he was not. He would 7. It says the same came for a witness to bear witness of the light. We just talked about John the Baptist came to bear witness. He was a witness who had the understanding and the knowledge of the Lord. So the whole point of John the Baptist was to confirm Yahweh Shai in the spirit. All right, he was set up to be a witness, a testify, because everybody believed John the Baptist. There was no doubt he was a man of the Lord when he hit the scene. So he was there just to confirm to the people, like, this is the man. It ain't me. This is the man, right? This is the light, Yahweh Shai. So it said the same came for witness to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe, right? Yahweh Shai. Excuse me, all men through him might believe, yeah. Believe, if you believe what John said, you can believe what he is. Yahweh Shai is the light, and vice versa. If you believe in Yahweh Shai, you're going to believe he is the light. So anyway, it says he was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light. All right. So John the Baptist wasn't a light. All right. But he was sent to bear witness. Wit means having an understanding, having the knowledge of. Right. When you're witness at a stand in the courtroom, when you're called to the witness, you're called to testify. When you're called to the stand to be a witness, you have the knowledge, and you were at the scene of the crime. So you're able to testify because you have the understanding, and you saw the crime. You're a witness. So he was not that light, but he was sent to bear witness of the light. That was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh unto the world. All right, so that light. So that light is Yahweh Shai. He is also called a light bearer. All right. He's the true Luciferian king. Lucifer was flipped in the backwards understanding, of course, by Esau the devil. But Lucifer literally means light bearer. So who has the light now, so to speak, who has created the world by his technology, understandings, and searching out this universe, the stars, and microscope technology, and breaking down the, all these things, and has a light to deceive the world, is such great power, creating the atomic bomb. So he has the knowledge to do all this, man. So he seems like he has a light now, but it's not light. It's not the true light. The true light is Yahweh Shai, the true understanding, all right? Because we know that nothing's going to prevail over our Lord and the truth. These people are going down. Case in point, not first of all by the prophets, but by the whistleblowers too. Right? So we proved that. So let's go back. It says, so yeah, the light of the wicked should be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. So the knowledge of the wicked, which is what you see before you today, which the whole world hasn't seen, is unprecedented what you see today, by the technology, by the control. It's going to be put out, man. First and foremost by the prophets of the Heavenly Father, right? Exposing the wicked and condemning the wicked societies, right? But also whistleblowers, man. People who used to be part of the society, part of the organizations, part of the banking system, part of the economic system, and exposing the wickedness, part of the music industry, part of the movie industry, right? So it said, the light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle should be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straitened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. So that's the point right there in Job 18:7, that whistleblowers in the last days. So not only start with number one, the men of the Lord of Yahweh Shemai Shai is the number one key that this system come going down by way of the Holy Spirit, spiritual power, but also whistleblowers, former people in the government, former people who write books, like I just mentioned, Eustace Mullins, Gerald Salente, people like that, and etc., right? Arthur Kessler, right? The steps of his strength should be straightened, means a position of difficulty. So as long as they keep going on, it's going to get much harder and harder to bring in the New World Order, because, they're being exposed from the inside, all right? And his own counsel shall cast him down. It says, for he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. That's right. The jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. So, for he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. So yeah, he basically, his own people and his own organization, like I said in Job 18:7, is descriptive of a whistleblower to me, right? His own counsel shall cast him down. People within his counsel, John Todd, are going to expose the wickedness. You got he is cast into a net by his own feet. So even the creation of the the intercontinental ballistic missiles, that's a net. You're falling into your own trap, because all the wickedness that you're doing, you're basically digging your own grave, and you got people in your own organization exposing your wickedness. It says, he walketh upon a snare. So you're walking in your own trap you sent for yourself. And it says the jinn, like for example, you got those underground bunkers, those space stations above the planet Earth a little bit, right? Those are just there to preserve you, so you can be the first ones caught into slavery. So that's the jinn shall take him by the heel. The jinn shall take him by the heel, and a robbery shall prevail against him. A jinn is another trap, kind of like when a bear is walking or animals walking in the woods, and a claw trap grabs their leg, and they gotta gnaw their leg out to get out. That's what that is, a trap, a snare, right? So all the stuff that they're doing is really they're just setting themselves up for destruction, all by the power of Yahweh Shemai Shai. So it says the snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten. Destruction shall be ready at his side. Right? Let me get Isaiah the 14th chapter, more on that light a little bit, because that's a good chapter to precept this with. All right, Isaiah the 14th chapter. right? When you go to Isaiah 14, I love that chapter 2. We could start from 4. It says, "Thou shalt take up the proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, How hath the oppressor ceased, and the golden city ceased? The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the rulers." You see, so this is talking about the wicked. We know that Esau, by his policies, by his penal code, and by his actions, destroying the people of the Lord, putting him into slavery, holding himself not guilty. Now they're trying to, you got that motherfucker Ron DeSantos saying that, which is wicked, which is prophecy saying that Jake, the slaves, learned trades and trades in slavery, you know, while we're getting fed to alligators and castrated, and our women were getting done surgery on with no anesthesia, okay, buck breaking, okay, getting hung, cannibalism, cooked. Fuck. Anyway, I gotta speed it up, man. So it says, people are coming in here. Let me speed it up, man. Anyway, whatever. So it says, who has smote the people in the wrath, continual stroke. So Babylon means confusion. It's talking about America, right? So how had the oppressed, and they oppress, right? They oppress the children of Israel, along with the whole world, the nations, right? By putting the whole world into debt, especially the nation of Israel. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wickedness, scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in the wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, and is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest, and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, Since thou art laid down, no fellow has come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, right? The dead of the other nations, right? Then the nations are waking up to the BS and waking up to who Satan is, which is Esau, the international banker, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou also become as weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Right? The pomp is brought down to the grave, which is their proudness. So the pride of Esau is gonna fiddle away, man. All right. The other nations are saying, "Hey, are you become as weak as we?" First of all, I remember 10 years ago, America lost its AAA rating. A third world country has a AA or a single A. I believe 10 years ago, America has a AA rating. So they've been, their credit rating has been going down. So they're becoming as weak as that. It's with their money. So. And now I think it was North Korea. Our brother just posted. I just saw real quickly. North Korea or China. They said by the end of the century, we're gonna blow America to smithereens. But guess what? It's gonna be much sooner than that. We're talking about lowering in the next coming months, whether it be 12 months, 13 months, 15 months, 20 months. It's gonna happen in months, like Apostle R said through the Spirit, that you're gonna get your opportunity. All right. But their pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of the vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. So that worm represents corruption, decay, decomposing. So this society is breaking down, man. Right? It's already corroded. It's already being broken down. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Lucifer means light bearer, right? Then we read in Job 18, the light of the wicked should be put out, right? It should not spark anymore. Right, so Lucifer means light bearer. If you had the true light, how's your light fading away? How art thou fallen from heaven? Heaven means rulership, right? How are you falling from your rulership? Ultimate knowledge will make you last forever, and that knowledge is Yahweh Shai, which is going to make Israel last forever. Isaiah 45:17. Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which did weakest the nation, right? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars, which you did, above the Most High. I will set also upon the mount of congregation in the sides of the north. Yeah, meaning that you have your satellites, space stations, you sending garbage into space and all these kind of things. How are you falling down from the ground with your great technology, with your great control, with your great power? How? Right? Because you don't have it, that's why. Okay? I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Right? They that see this shall. So yeah, you're going to be brought down to hell, the grave, destroyed, death, slavery. Okay? It says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Right? They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that's made the earth to tremble, that made shake the kingdoms? Yeah, you shook the kingdoms by the new movie, Oppenheimer, right? Fat Boy and Little Boy, the Manhattan Project, the atomic bomb. That got everybody shook, all the nations. Everybody got an order. But that was, what, over 50 years ago, right? But over 50 years, so, or close to 70, whatever. And your time is done. Okay, your time is done. When it was 80 years? Damn. All right. Your time is done. Okay, so these nations are got strong now. That's what it said. Has thou become as weak as we? In the kingdom, people are gonna narrowly look upon you like that. Did this little malnutritious Resident Evil look motherfucker rule the world? They gonna look at you like that? Yeah. Okay, that made the world as a wilderness. Yeah, you made it a wilderness, destroying the rainforest, destroying the earth, creating plastics that don't decay 10,000 years to decompose. You know, the radio waves, the 5G waves. You know, killing all the animals. You're just worse than Ebola virus, man. You Edomites, you're a plague. You made the earth a wilderness. Destroyed the cities thereof, and that opened not the house of the prisoners. That's right. And who is your main prisoner? The nation of Israel. Right, I always bring out this stat, which proves this is Egypt, bondage, right? Or a place known for bondage, Mizraim. Goes back to Mizraim, right, which means like bondage, so to speak, prisoners. Is that America only makes up, it has 330 million people in the world. There's roughly 8 billion to 9 billion people in the world. So 25% to 30% of 9 billion or 8 billion are locked up and incarcerated in America. Look at that. How is that possible when America only makes up 5% of the world's population? 330 million, right? Does that make sense? And guess who's locked up mostly in America? You guessed it, the nation of Israel, starting with the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. So, hey, man. Anyway, all the kings and the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. All right. So let me just go back. I just want to get that. There's much more in there, but I just want to finish off. So Job 18. Back to Job 18. All right. So it says 18:11. Terror shall make him afraid on every side. He shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin. Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. That's right. Your confidence and your faith in your plan, your New World Order plan, you're going to lose it and lose it and lose it every day. It's getting lower every day. Okay, and at the end of the day, this is going to bring you face to face with our King Yahushai. All right, because you're going to be preserved in them bunkers, and you're going to meet the great King Yahushai. All right, and you're going to be caught. I'm talking about the Rockefellers, man. Rockefeller, Rothschilds, like all the rich 13 families. Okay, you being preserved for Yahushai, man. And you're going to meet him. Okay, you're going to meet him. All right. It says, it shall dwell in his tabernacle, because it is none of his. Brimstone should be scattered upon his habitation. Yeah, what's that brimstone? Just like that brimstone in Sodom and Gomorrah. That brimstone today is called intercontinental ballistic missiles, right? Nuclear fire. That's that brimstone, along with the chariots, right? Because that's getting ready to burn this place, America. His root shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. Meaning that the Lord's gonna cut off your rulership from the root. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. That's right. You're gonna have no memory. The only memory you're gonna have is your destruction, where we burn your asses up after you build a kingdom. That's gonna be a holy day. Okay. He shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world. That's right. You're gonna be chased just like you were chased in Genesis as a vagabond, going from nation to nation. You're going to be chased out of this, man. All right? He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining on his dwelling. So you're going to be wiped off, man. They that come after him shall be astonished at his day, as that went before were affrighted. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked. Surely are the dwellings of the wicked. Surely such are dwellings of the wicked. And this is the place of him that knoweth not God. That's right, man. So all the ones that know not God, you atheists, who, Esau is the progenitor of that. This is the one, this is the man. And who doesn't know God? Well, the sons of the wicked. Again, because you got the sons of God, which are the Israelites, then you have the other nations, which are the sons of men. They're void of the spirit. And then you got the third part of man. There's a third being of man, which is the wicked. Not a little bit of wicked. The other nations are wicked too, but this is the wicked. And that's none other than the nation of Edom. And the nation of Edom is called the man of sin, like it says in Revelation, the 20th chapter. Right? The man of sin, that old serpent. Right? And they knew not God by their transgressions, by walking in sin, by not upholding his laws and mocking the Lord, depicting them, their face as the Lord himself. He had the nerve, the only being that had the nerve to put the image of the Lord as a curse, having leprosy, with stringy hair. Anyway, you get the point. So that was it, a little lengthy, but that was it. Hope you were edified. Like I said, Job 18th chapter reminds me of Job the 20th and Isaiah 14. Job 18 is one of my favorite prophetic books. Plus, the main thing I get out of that is the whistleblower. I love that script, that chapter. So again, I hope you were edified. And again, whistleblowers in the last days, it's part of the end time prophecies, man. So with that, I'd like to say, Kal Halal, Yahweh Bashim Hashai, Bahashim Makwakwadosh, Kal Halal, Yahweh Bashim Hashai, Bashim Makwakwadosh, double honors to the apostles, double honors to the CT bishops, and greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world, prophesying in the true name of Yahweh Bashim Hashai. Shalom.